Hello everyone, and welcome back to the recently conquered holdings of Scotland. A lot of shit is going on, and actually, you know what? I'm quite excited for this episode, and you know why? Something is very different from our last episodes, and I'll tell you what it is. It is the fact that we are at peace. We have not had peace for fucking decades. It is ridiculous, and it has actually slowed down the pace of our campaign pretty quickly. I'm not proud to say that it has taken like 50 fucking episodes to do, I don't know, 130 years it has been, but anyway, we've got a plague in Bruges, unfortunately, but no one has died, and Oliver Russell has apparently caught it for some weird reason, but I don't know, no one is dying. He's an awkward speaker. Jeez, that is the worst, but he's also sociable, which is really weird. Yeah, I'm really stoked about the peace because we can just fucking fly through the turns. We have encountered a bit of a bug, though. This King of Scotland is dead. We did, in fact, kill multiple Kings of Scotland. That was last episode. And the faction of Scotland has been destroyed. We know that, but I think we're going to get those notifications indefinitely. If not indefinitely, then for a few turns. It's a bit of a bug that I've noticed. We also have a guild available in Carnarvon, the Masons Guild. I'm not exactly sure what this guild does. I believe it, of course, reduces the cost of your buildings. I bet if I read this blurb, I would find out. But we're going to build it anyway. Now, something exciting has happened as well. Well, not exciting, but kind of sad in a way. But exciting for us as England. Pope Paulus II has died. Look at this massive casket. You could put like 4 peasants in that casket. They've also put a blanket over the casket just in case the body gets cold. But look at this. We're going to have to elect a pope any second now. And here we go. We have Leonard the Missionary, our guy, up for election. And we have a Genoese and Portuguese guy as well. And of course we're going to vote for our own guy and hope that some of these votes sway in our favor. I'm not really sure. I'm not really too confident about it. But look at this. We've got a new pope, Pope Honorius III. And no, it's Pope Honorius III of the Kingdom of Portugal. No one voted for us, except for, of course, our own cardinals. Both Aragon and Hungary stabbed us right in the back, and Leon actually voted for Genoa, which seems kind of dumb to me for some reason. I don't know. The Cuman Khan is dead. Not a big deal. Francis of Assisi has died. Bit of a historical tidbit here. Francis of Assisi, I recommend you read this, just a little tidbit of information for you there. We've made a fuck ton of florins, like 30,000 florins in one turn, which is amazing. And we're bound to make, Jesus, nearly, it's like 35,000 florins we're making a turn, which is nuts. Although we have been eclipsed as the richest faction by the Grand Duchy of Kiev, Grand Duchy, if you will, there has been a Genoese agent spotted in Dijon, and he has escaped. Where is this motherfuck? Here he is, Oberto Buemi. Oh, he's quite the spy, though. Jesus. A noble life ends. James Dadelberg, our diplomat, over that-a-ways. Harold Gilby, our merchant. Oh, man. It's this fucking guy. This guy that was going to trade in slaves down here has died. What did I tell you? Like, within a week, he died. Like, he did not make it, like, fucking 10 steps into Africa before he, I don't know, got stung by a mosquito or bitten by a mosquito or whatever, and he fucking just fell right over. But we have a bunch of agents I just recruited. Oliver Russell is the Comte de Flanders. I suppose that's the Count of Flanders. Hubert of Shrewsbury is Herzog von Brabant. Archibald von, Comte de Champagne. All these guys have received titles, which is wonderful. We're going to have to sort through our lords and our armies in Flanders in a few minutes here. But for now, we're just going to deal with all of our buildings. London has built a church, and I'm sure we could build some amazing shit. What does a printing press do? Public owner bonus, increase in tradable goods. Gee golly, we might as well build a printing press in London. Carnarvon has upgraded into a fortress, and shit, we can build paved roads. No longer will Carnarvon be the armpit of England, because we'll build paved roads, and they will actually then follow all of our transit guidelines laid out by the King of the Britons. And we're also going to build a mining network which then shall mine coal, which is interesting to say the least. Dublin has a city watch, and as a result, we can disband the spear militia and recruit urban spear militia, because I don't know if you've noticed by now, but urban spear militia have now replaced our regular spear militia, and they're about 1,000,000 times better. Edinburgh has built a shipwright, and we're going to build a tavern, and that's pretty much all we need to build there. Like forever. Bruges has repaired their stone wall, so now we can build. I'm going to say, I don't know, Bruges, though, needs to crank the taxes up. They did have a plague their last turn, or this turn, or something, but it seems to have passed, like a day flu kind of thing, I don't know, but we're going to crank taxes very high because we have a lot of public odor, I hope not. I really hope that Bruges is clean enough that no one smells poorly, but regardless, we're going to crank taxes really high. Lots of public order and a lot of public population growth, that is. So there we go, we can have some unsustainable taxes in Bruges. Antwerp has been repaired as well, and look at that, we're already ahead of ourselves, and we're rebuilding or building some crops, what have you. Reims now has a stone wall, and we're already building a mining network there. We'll build some fields as well. We're going to have to recruit some garrison units there once we sort our armies out. What I'm going to do is send all of our armies to Metz. Here we'll build a strong army in Metz, and the remainder of the units will get send down to Bruges. Because what I plan to do is have one standing army in Metz and one standing army in Bordeaux. That's just in case that the Iberians decide to get fresh, and likewise the Danes or Genoa yet again, or the Holy Romans. Even though it is slightly ahistorical to have, well, not slightly, it's completely ahistorical to have a standing army at this point in time, I'm going to do it regardless, because recruitment is very, very slow. You can only recruit like 1 or 2 units a turn, so it's not really feasible to raise an army when you get war declared on you or you declare said war. But there we go, we've recruited a bunch of ships, a bunch of militia units, but more importantly, we've recruited a merchant in York. And this fucking guy, Francis de Mohun, is going to come and trade in salt. I scoped out this salt pile in, what is this, Northumbria, just this turn. I thought we'd been trading in this salt, like, the entirety of this campaign, but it was probably only the first couple episodes until our merchant died there. But there we go, we've got that fucking merchant set out on that node, and I've recruited a merchant in Dublin because I've noticed that Reginald Swinford can actually trade on this silver mine for 500 florins, and we're not going to find that many florins unless we go to, like, I don't know, Constantinople or something. I've got 1,000,000 agents, my god. That's one thing that's kind of not great in Medieval 2, is like the tedious agent management, because by the end of your campaign you get like 50 of every agent, and it's not great. But we have a couple assassins now. I don't remember where the hell I was going to send these guys, so I'm just going to send them to wherever I please. Have I just... no, okay, I was going to say, have I been doing the exact same thing over and over again? But now we've got Fulk Kurthos, which is going to head all the way over here, perhaps. I like to just randomly spread my agents out just in case I need to use them at a later date, I suppose. Speaking of, I've got Lionel de Monthermer heading to this node of Amber, and then, what's his nuts? Randolph Manners heading to this Salt node. There we go. Diplomatic information. The Teutonic Order is at war with the Kingdom of Poland. I don't really know exactly where they've shown up, but I suppose they're at the war with the Kingdom of Poland, so they're going to be... they must have popped up somewhere in here, so I would assume they're going to take either Riga... well, no, it's Polish holdings, so it's going to be Palanga... oh, Palanga is indeed under siege. I believe that the Teutonic Order is going to take control of Palanga. And just to get eyes on, I've got Matthew of Ulster recruited, and he's going to give us some intel into the goings-on in, what is this, Prussia and the like, Masovia, Lithuania, Lesser Poland, etc. Basically, he's going to be our eyes in Eastern Europe. But look at this. Oh my god, there's 2 massive stacks of Teutons, and they're going to take, what is this place? Palanga, I guess. We've got Grandmaster Herman and Councillor Conrad. Jesus Christ, these guys are assholes. Just coming out of nowhere and besieging Poland for no good reason. Okay, let's see what else is going on. There's nothing going on in England. It's in England itself. now that I've recruited those merchants. But there is a lot going on here. I still don't want to deal with this because it's going to be tedious. So let's see if we can just manage a few more of our agents, and then we'll get into the army management down in Flanders. I've got Herbert Lazouche in Iberia, and I think he's on the prowl for, I don't know, Genoese agents, for example, Mosca de Bronzo, who can be killed with a 51% success rate, and I'm going to take the chance. Here we go, Mosca de Bronzo. De Bronzo. I don't know, how would you say that Italian? Like, what the fuck is this? I've never actually seen this video before. Are we gonna set fire to... Could you not have just set fire to the building itself? Is this more efficient? I don't know, but look at that. We actually managed to kill him by burning down his house that apparently is in Iberia, even though he's Genoese. I don't know. I'm not going to question it. We managed to kill him, but we did not gain any skill as a result, which is a little bit disconcerting. I was hoping that we'd be like a massive badass after such an assassination, but that's not the case. I've got, what's his name, De Julier now, heading to the Genoese-held lands in northern Africa, because if you use your eye holes, you can see here that all of the Genoese cardinals are in fact in Oran, trying to convert the shit out of it. So we're gonna head there. Oh, there's got a lot of hereticism and not much Islam in Oran. So all of our agents, or well, not all of our agents, but Edmond de Julier is gonna head there, and maybe Herbert Lazouche, and they're gonna try to kill some Genoese cardinals just to see what happens, just to mix shit up. We've got our merchants heading towards Egypt. And then we do have our merchant Guy Walgrave in Constantinople. Arthur of Dorset is also there as our set of eyes. And it looks like all the good nodes are currently occupied, and we're going to have no fucking chance of acquiring them. So we're going to have to find an unoccupied one to sate our lust for gold and glory. We've got some, what is it, silks or textiles. This is silk, this is textiles, this is sugar. Shit, we're gonna trade this sugar for 600 florins because there's no one on the node. Brilliant. There's a very valuable trade resource in Northern Europe, and that is amber. We've got Lionel Merchant, Lionel de Monthermer trading in amber in, what is this? Jutland, Jutland. Okay, he's trading in Jutland, and all throughout the dense forests of northern and eastern Europe, there's amber nodes. So I'm wondering if we can drop a few merchants off near Palanga or Visby and get them to drop on those nodes, because there never seems to be anyone on them, and they are worth a lot. I'll show you. We got Lionel on this node trading 360, and if we were to trade here, it'd be 360, and here 360. So every single one of these amber nodes all over the world are worth like 360 florins or what have you, and there's a lot of them throughout the forests. What else is going on? Okay, you know what? Let's deal with our armies. We need to disband these 2 units and these ones as well. What I'm going to do is leave 2 of each militia unit in Paris. Bruges is going to need a garrison. Shit, I immediately fucked up. Oh, never mind. I've got militia units here to garrison Bruges. Just need to sort them out. There we go. So I'm gonna say these 4 units can garrison Bruges once we pull all of these guys out. All of these fucking assholes. Let's see, who is this? Ralph of York. His entire army can probably disband as well, and we'll send him to Bern. I think Ralph of York, since he is a militarily minded general, can go to Bern and receive the dictatorship of said Baron, except Geoffrey of Ireland has the title, so we're gonna have to get the 2 there. I hope this isn't boring for you, but it needs to be done. I could actually do this off camera if I was considerate, but unfortunately for you guys, I am not considerate in the least, apparently. I'm gonna grab all of my, whatchamacallit, these assholes, the feudal foot knights, and I'm gonna send them to Metz just to build a very strong army. What I've also done in all of my castles, as I've mentioned previously, I'd always planned to do this, but I have recruited an army seed, if you will. It's like 2 units of feudal knights and then a unit of feudal foot knights. They get free upkeep, so I'm going to have those guys just kicking around like always, ready to be the core of an army if need be, when the time comes, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. Because like I said, it's kind of unrealistic to have standing armies just sitting around waiting for your command at all times, so I'm just going to try to put a damper on... I mean, we could do, it's really easily done, and I'm just trying to avoid it, so I'm going to try to limit myself to like 1 or 2 armies, just so the AI stands a chance, I guess. Antwerp, we can probably recruit... No, not for another 9 turns. Okay, let's see. How many feudal foot knights do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 units of feudal foot knights and a lot of light men-at-arms. I'm going to disband these catapults and mangonel. Mangonels are good for field armies, so I could potentially give them to my militiamen, like my militia armies, and they can use them to the fullest. I don't want to disband my crossbowmen because they are damned hard to find. Shit, I need... Garrett... Oh, I already took care of it, did I? Yes, wow, I am a smart man. I don't know how I managed that. But there we go, I've got garrisons in all of my cities. And now I've got my... Oh, shit, 6 feudal knights. Very nice. Okay, you know what? I'm probably going to end the turn here. I was trying to increase the pace of the campaign, but I'm already looking at like a 15-minute turn right here. So let's end the turn and see what next turn brings. Oh, man, the King of Scotland is dead. The King of Scotland is dead. There's a faction destroyed out there. Oh, shit, we have a Master Masons Guild in Carnarvon already. Let's accept that, build it. Smash it down into the ground. Edmond de Julier has been executed for heresy in Africa, which is very annoying because it was like a 10-year trek for him to get down there, and just as he's about to reach Oran, or Melilla, I suppose, then he got killed. Quite, unceremoniously. Well, it was actually very ceremonious. Look at this. They've got a whole procedure for this. They've built a massive platform. They've actually had to collect a bunch of fags, which, if you don't know, is actually a bundle of sticks. Well, actually, I guess the term is actually faggots. My mistake. But anyway, they had to... okay, the Teutonic Order has actually captured... Palanga already, and this is now the heart of the Teutonic Order, which is great for them and not so great for Poland and Lithuania. Kingdom of Scotland is destroyed. We know this. There's a plague in Bruges. Not really. We know this. Jacques de Beefbroth is still alive and well, and I don't really know what to do about it. Are we gonna have to kill him? I can't say. Archibald Vaughan is actually a militarily minded motherfucker, so... Oh, here we go. You know, let's get Duke Bardicar to go back to Angers. He's gonna sit down and retire in Angers. He's earned a well-deserved rest, so he's going to go have a little rest in his home territory of Angers, and then Archibald Vaughan can actually get the title of Metz, and he can live there for all time. Until he dies, that is. What else is going on? We need a Comte de Flanders. We already have a Comte de... Oh, no, sorry, that's Bruges. Herzog von Brabant. I don't know what Herzog is. Is that Lord Count, perhaps? Hubert of Shrewsbury has gained that title for some odd reason. But we might as well just leave it as is, and we'll send Samuel Russell back to the island. With Kate and Co. And I don't really know who is the Lord of Nottingham, but he might as well be. Samuel Russell might as well have that title. Who else do we have? Who is the Lord of Ross? No one is the Lord of Ross right now. Thomas Paget, I don't know what title he has or what title he should have. Perhaps we might as well. We'll just send Thomas Paget to Ross for now, and he can have that title. I don't know who has the title of Lyon, actually. Let's send Thomas Paget down there because he is a militarily minded motherfucker. Geoffrey of Ireland actually needs to plop one more watchtower, and then he can continue on to Dijon because he is an administrator. There we go. As for the army, let's see. What do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 feudal foot knights, and another should be on the way somewhere. There it is. Boom. So that is a very strong elite corps of infantry. I would say 4 of them is more than enough to have in an army. Let's see, how many feudal knights can we have? If I go to this, feudal knights 2, feudal foot knights 1. So actually, what I should have is 2 feudal foot knights in each castle and only 1 feudal knight getting free upkeep because they're much easier to recruit. See, I've got two feudal knights in every castle, when in reality it should be the other way around. I immediately fucked up on that on my new plan, so that's a bit of an issue that I'm going to resolve right about now. There we go. Angers has the same thing. Ta-da! Nottingham, same thing. Yeah, sorry about that, folks. But you know what? We've got 1, 2, 3, 6. I'm gonna grab 2 of these assholes, send them to Bordeaux, and that's the elite core of our army. And then we can have an additional 4 light men-at-arms. I would say 2 spearmen sergeants would be more than enough, I would imagine. There we go. 2 spearmen sergeants, 3 archers, 1 mercenary crossbow. That's fine. It's going to be 2 feudal knights, and we've got a trebuchet. I've got 1 more slot open, and I'm not sure what to cram in there. Maybe I can have 3 feudal knights plus my general would give us a grand total of 4 cavalry units. I don't know if I need this many archers either, but whatever. That's a good mix of infantry and archers for me. That's not bad at all. I just need to merge some of these light men-at-arms, if at all possible. Here we go. These assholes can head on over. Red Rover, send the light men-at-arms over because I need to merge them. Disband this unit. There we go. This guy can merge as well, and he will stand outside of Metz like a stupid asshole. Okay, our trebuchet needs to be retrained somewhere, I believe. Yeah, we're missing a few men. There we go. We can actually retrain them in Metz, which is great. Mercenary crossbows as well. I don't know what we're retraining these guys for. Perhaps it is armor. I can't really tell you. But we need to repair a ton of shit in Metz, actually. There we go. Luckily, we have the florins for it, because we are, in fact, gaining like 40 florins, 40,000 florins, that is, per turn. And it is because of all of the disbanding we have been doing. But we have a ton of units now to disperse amongst our lands, and we actually have quite a few in Antwerp as well. But we're going to disband all of these guys. Boom. And we're going to recruit a garrison in Antwerp eventually. Not really right now. And you know what? I think we're going to keep Antwerp, Metz, and Bern for now until we push further eastward, and then we can convert, I don't know, Antwerp or... Well, Antwerp, actually, we might as well just convert it into a city right now, because, Jesus Christ, look at the income. They're getting a ton of money from trade, and to me, Antwerp seems like it should be a city. So you know what, I think I'm going to convert Antwerp into a city right now. There we go. Might as well, and then we'll keep Metz and Bern as a armored corps, with Lyon as well, actually. An armored corps to the center of our kingdom on this front, and Staufen, when I don't know if we're going to capture this anytime soon, but we might as well keep that a fortress as well, or maybe convert it into a city. I'm not sure. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. There's been an earthquake actually in Andalusia, and Gilles de Morley has been affected. Oh shit, I forgot about that crazy effect. I think Guy de Morley was actually our spy or diplomat in Andalusia. This is just fucking nuts. I cannot get enough of this. That's... Jesus, that's nuts. Okay, moving on, though. I don't want to get too enthralled in the eye of the storm. We are now the richest faction, and the Khwarezmians have eclipsed us in production. Someone really wants me to try to give loans to the Khwarezmians, but unfortunately, what that means is I would have to grab my diplomat and send it all the way to Khwarezmia, or hunt down a Khwarezmian agent. So that's not really going to happen. What I can do, though, is get into a discussion with Portugal and see if I can perhaps try to give them a loan. I think this is just a bit of a test, I believe, is what this is going to be. Let's see. We'll give them a lump sum of like 20,000 florins. 1, 2, 3, 4, 20,000 florins, and in return, they need to do regular tribute of, like, I don't know, 1,000 florins, actually. 1,000 florins for 25 turns, 250 turns, my god. That way we earn an additional 5,000 florins. They think that's balanced. So let's see. Let's see if we can leverage this loan for Portugal. Just rejected. Okay, I don't know. That would need a little more finessing, but there you go, buddy. I tried it for you. I think it is possible to do. I don't I don't feel like fucking around with it right now. Owen Vaughan actually has died in Inverness. And Richard Francis, our spy in Austria, and of course, Guy de Morley, Magote of Shrewsbury. Wow, it just hurts to say that name. It's just ugly. She has also died, but I mean, that's not really anything to write home about. I'm just going to keep dumping stables into Bordeaux. Because I'm hoping actually that one day these stables will allow us to recruit some really badass cavalry units, but as for right now, I can't say whether that's going to happen or not. But regardless, I'm going to build some fucking stables. Toulouse has an abbey, and we might as well build a merchant's wharf to get some more trade routes in the Mediterranean. Lyon has crops. Wonderful. They're going to build a bakehouse for the population because, gee golly, do we ever need it? And we'll also build mining networks there. Recruitment, not a whole lot, actually. We have just done retraining. Cardinal promoted. David Tyndale, yes, our motherfucker down in Granada, is now a cardinal. Yes. Look at this shit. So we should have 2 or 3 cardinals now. No. Leonard the Missionary, Edgar of Alnwick, David Tyndale. Okay, so apparently at some point one of our cardinals died and I just neglected to notice, I guess. Speaking of, I'm going to grab a bunch of agents in the south of France here and send them abroad. I just need to get them gathered. Here we are. All of our priests and the like from around the realm, and whatever merchants we can recruit. Toulouse, perhaps? No. We can't recruit a damn thing in Toulouse. What is that about? Well, I guess we need to build a grain exchange. First of all, Clermont we can probably build. Recruit? No, we're at our merchant limit, so I suppose we'll have to make do with what we have. We've got 3 merchants available in Egypt. So I'm going to drop him here. There we go. And now this fleet can return back to England. Speaking of, we've got Admiral Randolph in Constantinople, who is trapped by a Byzantine fleet, so we can't really do much this turn. Unfortunately, I'm sure all of these nodes are occupied by Egyptian assholes. We're going to have to muscle our way in there. Yeah, Anselm Fanhope is just trading this marble like nobody's business. You'd think that there was someone on that node already, but he just walked up and took it like no problem. Salzburg is under assault from the Venetians, who have also taken Innsbruck. I don't know if you noticed that. So the Holy Romans are left in Staufen, and that's basically it. Let's see if they still hold whatever this is, this Imperial Fortress. I can't tell you. I'm sending some spies into Scandinavia, because that's potentially going to be my next military target. I'm going to take Norway and Denmark on, possibly at the same time, which I can't see being much of an issue. Stig auf Sodermanland. I can't tell you much about this guy. He's got a lot of Vikings with him, though, which is very annoying. But all I know is that he's called the Stig. Bah! Okay, Nigel of Bedford is actually going to walk... Oh, shit, no, we can already see that Pomerania is owned by Poland. Therefore, the Holy Romans have been relegated to Staufen, and Salzburg is probably going to be attacked. Well, when I say attacked, but taken in this turn or the next turn. And that's very unfortunate for those assholes. Say goodbye to the Holy Romans, I suppose. I don't need any of these guys. There we go. Ralph of York is now the Duke of Switzerland. Perfect. We've got our army in Metz. We're just lacking in feudal knights, I believe, was what we're looking for. There we go. We need 3 of them. And we shall have. We have to retrain this one unit, though. And now we have some more units to send down to Bordeaux. What I'm going to do, though, is actually I'm going to disband one of these archer units and replace it with a crossbow unit. That way we get a nice mix of missile units to accommodate all situations. Now these guys can go down to Bordeaux, and we can deal with them down there. Captain Luz as well, down to Bordeaux. And we can just disband what we don't need. I would also like to build an army in Nottingham, so whatever we don't need in Bordeaux, we can use elsewhere. Unfortunately, Jacques de Bouillon is still kicking around in Bruges, so we need to take care of him. Eustace Vaughan might as well also head to the English Isle with Samuel Russell for no apparent reason, because Oliver Russell is already the Comte de Flanders. I really need a lot of administrators, but now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab Archibald Vaughan, and he's going to take on Jacques de Bouillon. Metz, unfortunately, have just lost a bunch of public order, and I don't have anyone to throw back in there. Oh, shit, except for these feudal knights. There we go. They will hold down the fort, I suppose, until Archibald Vaughan returns. Not bad, you guys. Not bad at all. I seem to have lost track of how long this episode is running, so, you know what, let's just try to cram another turn in very quickly. I'm hoping we can manage it, but I'm not entirely sure if that's going to be the case. I'm also avoiding the use of cogs, because I believe we are advanced enough to field fleets entirely made of hulks. There we go. Okay, you know what, let's do yet another turn. Alright, we're back, and I've already heard some ominous hammer blows or something. I'm not sure what that noise is, but to reduce piracy, we need to below 5,000 florins, which at this point is really nothing. It's like 45, nearly 50,000 florins per turn due to all of our sweet managing. Okay, finally some shit is going down in Bruges. Now we're losing population, and people are dying, unfortunately. And there's nothing we can do. Alright, let's see what else we got going on. Flash flood in Bruges. Oh, okay, there was also a flash flood in Bruges, but no one died from that apparently because they're all too busy dying from the plague. There's a spot open in the College of Cardinals, luckily. I don't think we have any bishops ready to take that spot, though. We are able to upgrade the Castle of Visby, though, which is great. And I may actually build yet another army in Visby, actually, to facilitate the conquering of Norway and Denmark when the time comes to it. So I'm going to get a unit of feudal knights and eventually feudal foot knights when the upgrade is complete. Frost Vaughan has come of age, which is freaking great. Miles of Gloucester, not a lot going on. Falk Langton has a foreign dignitary, and you know what, we might as well give a gift to the Pope. And I've got the perfect thing picked out. I found it myself, actually. I was walking down the street, and there it was in the window. I'm gonna give him this golden encrusted scepter. I don't know if the Pope is into scepters. He must be. I can't think of a single leader in this day and age who isn't really into scepters. It's got a big bauble on the end. It's great. So we're going to ship that to him. Believe it or not, it was 2,500 florins. And it was on sale, too. But there we go. We have shipped that all the way to the Pope. And you know what? He fucking loves it. He fucking loves it so fucking hard. I don't really know why. Man, we got a lot of feudal foot knights. We got a lot of merchants. When I say merchants, I mean agents in general, to send on this boat ride. Okay, here we go. We're cramming all of our agents on this boat, and we've got, like, Jesus, a lot of priests and the like, and even one more on the way. Not nearly as many merchants as I would like to have, but what are you going to do? York. Oh, look at that. Frost Vaughan is in York, and he is also an administrator, so we'll have to find a place for him eventually. York is going to build a blacksmith, apparently? No, let's not fucking do that. That is dumb. York is a little short in population, and there's not much we can do to remedy that except build a fucking pastry shop. There we go. What are the chances? Look at that. Boom, we'll just build a pastry shop and cram sweet flaked pies down their throats. In Caen, we just built a city watch so I can disband these shitty spear militia and replace them. And we got a bunch of shit on the way in Caen already. Winchester, likewise. These assholes can vamoose pronto. And we'll build a merchant's wharf in Winchester. And Angers now has an armorer, so we can actually probably do nothing, actually. There's nothing to do. But we will build a larger, well, a tourney field in general in Angers. That would be great to boost the happiness there. Aberdeen has crops and a lot of population growth. Look at this, 4% if I crank taxes all the way down. But I've got them cranked excruciatingly high just to piss everyone off. And to facilitate even more funds in Aberdeen, I'm going to build a merchant's wharf there. Metz has actually just repaired a bunch of shit. Like, all of the buildings have been repaired. And we can build some crops there because, gee golly, there's dwindling population in Metz. Archibald Vaughan is on his way to deal with Jacques de Bouillon. Not a bad army. It's still full of Crusader units, unfortunately. All of these assholes are, of course, continuing on towards Bordeaux. We need a fleet to pick these two up. Admiral Philip is happy to oblige. Let's see, I thought I had agents in London. No, just priests. But these assholes are going to head to Nottingham for no particular reason, just because it is the recruitment center in England, I suppose. Speaking of lords, we've got Franz Vaughan here, and he is an administrator. The Vaughans are a very loved family in England, so I can't see any reason not to give the mayorship of London to Franz Vaughan. What else we got? We got a lot of agents in Iberia, just kind of not doing much, so we're going to ignore them for now. Herbert Lazouche, of course, continuing ever onward. I really need to find some spots for my merchants, however, or else this trip was in vain. Shit, we can trade silk already. It's not worth a whole lot, though. But I'll take whatever we can get. What else can we trade, though? Slaves over here for 219 florins. Odo Dunbar has, I feel like, been here for a million fucking years. Can we acquire this guy? No, apparently not. But we'll trade in the silk because it is safe and wonderful. What am I thinking? I'm thinking that we may have to be relegated to these shitty trade nodes, even though they're not worth like hundreds of florins. 200 florins is not bad, actually. But we've come all this way, so we might as well get something for it. Baldwin of Northumberland is going to do the same thing, and we have one more merchant, and it is Hugh Stanley, who actually has no skill. He's going to have to trade in, well, shit. Anselm Vaux is going to have to head to that sugar to make the best of his skill. Hugh Stanley can trade in this cotton, I think that is. Let's find out. Hugh Stanley trading cotton. Wonderful. Okay, we're set in Egypt, rather. And also Constantinople. We're going to send this asshole back to England and the like. Hubert de Brez might as well get on this boat as well. We'll get some assassins to open up some trade nodes, if at all possible. Yeah, I don't see any reason not to drop off a few priests in Egypt and perhaps Constantinople while we're at it. I really want to focus on Jerusalem, which is currently held by the Moors. That may be a better military target, actually, the Moors. That way we can completely complete our objectives while we are at it. But anyway, we're kind of running out of time here, so I may as well just end the episode here. I'm very pleased that we're at peace, though, and I do intend to increase the pace of this campaign, just like bam, 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 turns flying by. It's just a matter of getting into it, is all. Getting back into, you know, just flying through turns. I'm used to spending like 15 minutes per turn. It's ridiculous. But anyway, everyone, I appreciate you watching. I will see you guys next video.